So good morning, everyone. Aman, please sit. I'm very happy today to introduce Ms. Pradnya Jadhav. She's an alumni of our department, MA 2002 batch. At present, she is the principal and exam officer at Gemins International School in Mozambique, Southeast Africa. So I have invited her because she has reached exemplary heights. Once upon a time, both of us used to sit on that bench just like Mukhtar and Nagori. We would always be together. She was the inspiration and motivation that I should study. दोस्त हो तो ऐसे बोलते हैं ना? So I would say, दोस्त हो तो ऐसे. She would see to it that we study together. She was a very sincere student. She took up the challenge, she took up a risk. She went abroad. She joined a school, a wonderful school, and she learned a lot about education, teaching in Mozambique. She teaches Cambridge curriculum. Like those of you who would have heard about Cambridge curriculum, the papers are checked at UK. The question papers are set in UK. She has got, there's a particular Cambridge English proficiency test, accreditation. She has seen to it that her students, her school, gets that accreditation. It's a very difficult exam. Once she had sent me a passage of what the students study. And it was like, even I had to read it many times to understand that passage. And she has worked on how she could develop English language proficiency among her students. And so I feel very proud of my classmate that she has really made a great name in Mozambique. She oversees the administration, exam administration of multiple schools in Mozambique. And there's a lot more that you could learn from her, and I would, hand over the session to her. Before that, I would like to felicitate her and welcome her to our department.
So once again, good morning. Good morning. Good morning, sirs, professors, and of course, my dear, I can say that she's my friend, but I know she has a good position here. So first of all, I would like to thank English department, the college, that for giving me this opportunity to stand in front of all your esteemed professors, and you, I can say little kids, no I cannot say, but you are grown-ups, so grown-up adults. So thanks a lot for inviting me. I don't think so I really worth it to come and stand in front of you and say something, because whatever we say, it's very less. But the one thing I'm sure what I'm going to do with you guys is to interact with you. That is the first thing I would like to do with you all. So to start with, or to begin with, of course I need to know you so we can connect well with one another. And since you're few, could you please introduce yourself to me? But please add one adjective that describes you in one word, one adjective. Could you do that for me? Should I give one example? Okay, I can give example for my friend, fantastic Ashita. Okay, so you should introduce yourself with one adjective and your name, like fantastic Ashita. So I can say myself, amazing Pradnya. Okay, can we start? Let's start. Be happy. I'm not going to scare you. I'm not your teacher. I'm not your professor. I'm not asking you for any assignments, nothing. Just be happy, keep smiling, and let's learn from one another. Okay? Okay, let's start with, that's my favorite desk. Yes, please. Sorry?
My name is
Mukhtar. Mukhtar, add one adjective to describe yourself. One adjective and Mukhtar. Which adjective do you feel can describe you? Don't feel pressured, my dear. You can even say anything. Shy Mukhtar. Okay, Shy Mukhtar. Okay. Okay, thank you, Mukhtar. Sit down. कुठलं पण एक adjective लावा नावापुढे. Sorry? Assamese. Okay, Assamese मध्ये adjective असते ना. Adjectives are सगळीकडे. Portuguese also they have adjective. Okay. Very good. Can we give him a hand, please? Yeah, cool. Yes. Wow, spiritual Shubham. Lazu naka bola. Sorry? Nayara. Help. Teachers, his adjective. हाँ, सो क्रिएटिव बोल सकते हैं ना क्या? क्रिएटिव. आपका नाम? कार्तिक. ओके, क्रिएटिव कार्तिक. ओके. Sorry?
I was going to say that, creative Fatima.
Okay, let's go to another adjective, no problem.
Vibrant Fatima.
Very good. Vibrant Fatima. Yes. Beautiful. Sorry? Boyish. Okay. Writer. Smart writer Keshav. Okay. All right. Thank you so much for introducing yourself to me. I am here to talk about growth mindset. Of course, your professors, they know what I'm going to talk about, growth mindset. Because since you are at that level, all of you are in BA or MA? BA, right. So, MA, good. So, we have two mindsets, growth mindset and fixed mindset. Okay? So, have you heard this term before so we can talk? Have you heard? Any one of you? Growth mindset and fixed mindset? It's not a very big thing. It's a very simple thing. We will break it down so we understand what we want. And then this thing is going to help you. How you are going to develop your mindset. Okay? Yes? Yeah, very good. Please give him a hand. Thank you so much. Okay? सही बात है. Growth mindset, fixed mindset. Growth word से ही हम लोग we can make it out that growth means कुछ तो भी बढ़ता है. Seed आप लगाते हो तो it grows, right? Grow करता है. तो हमारे माइंड में तो कोई सीड लगा नहीं सकता, लेकिन लग जाती है कभी कभी, है ना? तो वो सीड भी ग्रो होती है. So when the seed grows, now we have to see how we are growing, right? Correct? I need to give a lecture. I don't know if your professors are always telling you to give a presentation. During our time, but sir used to be the one to ask us, presentation though, right? So that time we used to have this. Can I do this? Do you think I can do this? Today morning I asked her. And she thing. Okay? Fixed mindset. मुझे इतना ही आता है, इसके ऊपर एक भी ज़्यादा नहीं होगा, उससे कम भी नहीं होगा, कुछ भी नहीं होगा. इतना ही आता, मैं इतना ही करूँगी. I can only do this much, not more than that. That is fixed mindset. Okay? So अगर कोई है, if we can play the next slide. Is it moving? Yeah, so objective. What is the objective of our today's talk? So by the end of this presentation, students will get to know what is the difference between growth mindset and fixed mindset. Okay? आपको इतना तो समझ में आ ही जाएगा. Okay? Then, distinguished examples of growth mindset and fixed mindset. There are some videos that we will play in this presentation so you can hear them. Understand everyone is still learning and we have different paces and ways of learning. One thing we should know, we learn till we die. Learning is a process that never stops. Never stops. We learn every single day. What I learned from my students, my younger students, right? Technology. They know those settings in the phone that even adults, they don't know. We learn from them. Okay? Each and every one of us, we learn from one another. You learn from your professors. Professors, sometimes they learn from you. Okay? So we learn every time. And ultimately, to develop a growth mindset among participants and be challenged to become champions. All those big names that we hear these days, like for example, the CEOs, most of the company CEOs, Indian origin. How do you think they reached that stage? Do you think they were excellent at the schools? No. For me, just to be honest, I was not excellent in school. My friend was the best in the school for me. Okay, she knows me. She knows my weaknesses, where I used to stumble, mathematics, finish, done. I cannot. If her grandmother wasn't there, I don't think so probably I could make that mathematics in grade 10. If Bandilu Miss was not there in my life that time. So, but the thing is, learn. Someone is there, you should learn. You should change your mindset every now and then. Okay? That's the first thing. Sir, next, please. Okay, now I want someone to, one by one, we can read.
Just not do it. You think that smart and talented people don't have to work very hard to be good.
Okay, so it very clearly says. So what do you think the first paragraph says? What kind of mindset it's pointing towards? Sorry? Take this mic, please. Come here. Yeah, you can.
We should believe in our talent, skills, and abilities.
Okay, we should believe in our talent, skills, and abilities, our set traits.
Yeah.
mindset do you think that is following the paragraph?
कोई लोग करते नहीं, हार्ड वर्किंग कोई करता नहीं, स्मार्ट वर्क को बहुत ज़्यादा।
हमारा जनरली माइंडसेट हो जाता है ना कि होशियार बच्चे हैं वही पास होंगे, उन्हीं को फर्स्ट रैंक मिलेगा, मुझे तो मिल ही नहीं सकता। मेरा तो ऐसा ही था, मुझे ऐसा लगता था मेरा तो मैथमेटिक्स में कुछ होने वाला तो है नहीं, हमको तो वैसे भी डंडे मिलेंगे बस। लेकिन फिर होता क्या है, यू हैव टू चेंज दैट माइंड, you need to think in a different direction. It's like you have to think out of the box. Okay? No. Let me try. What is this mathematics? I tried. When my teacher, Ashita's grandmother, she was my math tuition teacher, not school teacher. She used to give me those simultaneous equations. And she used to say, Bala, tula adchan kute hai, ti mala te sang. Then I used to tell, Miss, I have confusion in plus, minus, minus la minus kadi hota and plus kadi minus hota. Mala confusion hai. Then she will sit and explain me step by step. Slowly, slowly, I started thinking, no, I can do this because my teacher is there to help me, right? So, pahle 5 sums dile hote, from that 5 sagrech wrong gele hote. 0 मिळाला होता. But my teacher never scolded me. ती म्हटली काय हरकत नाही, परत घे. परत दिले. मग होत कसं राहिलं? Practice, mindset. नाही, I can do this. I can practice it, right? So I used to practice, I used to work hard on it, and then slowly, slowly, 10 मधून 7 correct आले. 50% correct आले, नंतर correct आले. To that point that I felt confident that I can pass my board exams. It was like climbing an Himalayan mountain for me. Yeah, to pass mathematics. Rest subjects, no, we can do it. No problem. You also must be having something in your study and curriculum that gives you that fear that I don't think so I can make it so well. In this, what they say, talent, skills, and abilities are set traits. Okay? These things can't be changed very much. But have you heard of something like acquired knowledge? That is not in your traits. Correct? You acquire it. So for that, what is required? Sorry? Learning is required. तो वो तो trait में नहीं है, जीन से भी मिला नहीं है हमको, genetics भी नहीं है, फिर भी हम drum बजाना सीख लेते हैं ना. If someone wants to play drum, they can play drums because that's not in my trait. I need to learn. So, but if I say, मेरे family में या my ancestors never played any organ or Casio, how am I supposed to play it? If I'm going to keep thinking like that, then probably you would never learn. Okay? So you would not learn it. So, meaning to say, जो set traits है, yeah, this is our mindset. बंदा हुशार है, वही पास होगा, हम तो कुछ कर ही नहीं सकते. That should be eliminated. Can someone read the second one?
You think that your skills and intelligence probably don't change much. You like situations where you perform well, are less likely to make mistakes, and don't have to put in too much effort. You believe that learning and getting better at things should be relatively easy.
This is another way of thinking. Correct? What we think generally. You think that your skills and intelligence probably don't change much. How many of you believe that? How many of you believe that intelligence doesn't change or you can't change? Okay? You can change intelligence, yes? How do you think we can change it? कैसा बदल सकते हैं हम लोग?
I think the surrounding affects that thing
Okay?
to learn and to grow.
Okay, surrounding affects, she says, right? For learning, surrounding is important. It will grow. Okay, fine. You like situation where you perform well, are less likely to make mistakes, and don't have to put too much effort. It says that you prefer those surroundings where you won't make mistakes, right? But what if you make mistake? Sorry, someone said. Come close and we can talk. It's always good to interact, नहीं तो bore हो जाते हैं आप लोग.
अगर मिस्टेक्स किए तो मिस्टेक से सीखना चाहिए और हमारे जो मिस्टेक्स है वो दोबारा ना हो इसके लिए ट्राई करते रहना चाहिए.
So we learn from mistakes, right? We should not choose a surrounding where we will not make mistake. Kabhi some students, they have this, no, I will make a mistake. Because I teach in school. I'm not a college teacher because we deal with students, secondary level, like 16, 17 years old. We have A levels, that is first year of college. So my teaching is with grade 11, 12, and 13th level, we call it as. So we treat them as students, school students. They wear uniforms. So for me, they are like children. So we always tell them, don't be afraid of making mistakes. You will make mistake once. You can make mistake twice. But with those 2 mistakes, you tend to learn. आप उन्हीं गलतियों से आप सीखते भी हो, है ना? तुम्ही त्या मिस्टेकला काय म्हणतात, चुका करतो आपण चुका करतो आणि आपल्या चुकांमधूनच आपण शिकतो, हो की नाही? कोण असं आहे की जो चूक करत नाही? सगळे करतात. कपिल देव सुद्धा करत होते, सचिन तेंडुलकर पण करत होते, सगळे चुका करतात. कुणी पण घ्या तुम्ही, nobody is flawless. So meaning to say, if you student will think I am perfect at this stage, then nobody can change you. Nobody is perfect in this world. Everyone tends to make mistakes. You should make mistakes. Okay? So don't ever crave or think that, no, your surroundings should be perfect and I should create a surrounding that I won't make mistakes or nobody will see my mistakes. No, no, don't do that. Make mistakes. Nothing will happen. सूली पे नहीं चढ़ेगा कोई हमको, मिस्टेक करेंगे तो. हाँ, खून वून नहीं करना है, दैट इज डिफरेंट. हाँ, वो गलती नहीं है. क्राइम इज डिफरेंट. नो, एज अ स्टूडेंट यू मेक मिस्टेक्स विथ योर पेरेंट्स, डेली लाइफ, दिस एंड दैट. डोंट मिसअंडरस्टैंड मी. खून बन के हम लोग ग्रोथ माइंड सेट करेंगे नहीं, वो तो जेल में जाएंगे हम लोग. ऐसा नहीं है. हाँ, mistake is you should understand the difference between the two, right? You should abide by the laws. Okay. Next, who can read?
You're not too sure whether or not you can change your skills and intelligence. Your grades and performance are important to you, and so is learning. You are not the biggest fan of putting in too much effort, though.
So this is, we see another kind of mindset. Students, they have. Students have, adults also they have, right? So you're not sure whether or not you can change your skills or intelligence. आपको मतलब not sure, आप इतना ये नहीं करेंगे कि मैं change कर सकता हूँ या मैं change कर सकती हूँ या नहीं, पता नहीं है. Your grades and performance are important to you, and so is learning. At this moment, your grades are important, right? You must be running after your professors for grades, submitting the assignments. Do they, you don't do it? Huh? Because you look blank. Huh? Us. You know what? If in our time we had ChatGPT, my goodness, we would be the Prime Minister by then. Seriously. ChatGPT atta ala na? AI is coming now. So it's a lot more easier for you to submit your assignments. How many of you go and sit in the library reading the reference books? 2, 3, 4. 4 of you. So you guys must be having library cards, right? Yes. मग किती उपयोग करता library cards? आमचे फाटून जात होते. हाँ, that I can take pride with. Because no AI, computer file पण इकडून जाताना तिकडे जायला किती वेळ लागायचा तिला? 2005, 2006 and 2002 मध्ये विचारूच नका. एकच कुठलं तरी दिल्ली गेटला असायचं प्रेझेंटेशन बनवण्यासाठी, तिथे सायकल मारत आम्ही जायचो. कारण आमचे प्रोफेसर्स मागं येत नव्हते. दे वर नॉट रनिंग आफ्टर अस, वी यूज टू रन आफ्टर देम. बट नाव जनरेशन चेंज्ड. सो यू गाइज बिलॉंग टू विच जनरेशन? Gen Z. Gen Z. Gen Z पे TikTok, you should see the TikTok videos on Gen Z. No offense, Gen Z, okay? No offense. Please, huh? I'm not being offensive, but I have Gen Z colleagues. I deal with them. That is, they are my teachers. They work with me, young. But one drawback I have seen, not with you, huh? Them. There, not here, huh? ये तो पीटोगे सब लोग, हाँ? वीडियो वायरल मत करो मेरा, हाँ? Gen Z से. You can't take pressure. They cannot take pressure. I don't know if you realize it. Can you take pressure? Pressure of work, pressure of studies, pressure from professors. How much can you work with that pressure, under pressure? Gen Z, jaldi काम, ज़्यादा money, peace of mind. तीनों में से हटाओ एक, बोलेंगे मेरे को तुम्हारा नौकरी नहीं चाहिए, मैं दूसरी तरफ जाऊंगा. त्यांचं सांगते, हाँ, तुमचं नहीं. I'm not talking about you guys. I'm talking about my colleagues. They won't hear me now. Randomly, I mean to say, generation, your ma'am said that they don't submit. There's a difference between the generation now. We were running after our teachers to please check, and then we are excited to see the marks. Internal marks, we know that when we submit, we are going to get. My teacher in grade 11, I remember, your professor, Nimisha ma'am, her father, Bandelu sir was my professor in English. So I used to run after him for English assignment, and he used to give a lot of assignment. Misal sir, that was Misal sir also, right? Remember, for grade 11. Garge sir for politics, right? Yeah, those teachers, we have to run after them. Grade 11, now you're in BA, you're like steps ahead, okay? But please, you need to give your assignments on time, so will not take much time for that. Let's go back to our, okay, you believe that you can develop your skills and intelligence, you really care about learning, and don't mind having to put in some efforts to make it happen. Performing well matters to you, but you think that learning is actually more important than always scoring well and looking so good. Now, I read this because I'm going to ask, now what kind of mindset this paragraph is showing us? Growth mindset, very good. Okay, this is showing us, this is where I'm going to focus, growth mindset. Okay, because certainly us who all are sitting here, some of us might be having that fixed mindset, but it's never too late to start again to develop our mindset, growth mindset. This is what we are aiming for. You believe that you can develop your skills and intelligence. Like I told you, mathematics, you take your subject. I was weak in math. I never thought I could pass anything. But you need to learn it. You need to have that mindset that, no, I can do it. There's nothing impossible for me that I cannot do it. I can do it, as long as I can do it. But that doesn't mean you should go and climb Mount Everest, okay? Don't do that, okay? Unless you're fit and fine for that, okay? Develop your mindset, okay? Next.
You totally believe that you can grow and improve your skills and intelligence. You love challenges and know that the best way to learn is by working really hard. You don't mind making mistakes or looking bad in order to get better.
Okay, now honestly tell me, rate yourself from 1 to 10. How many of you follow that? You love challenges and know that the best way to learn is by working really hard. You don't mind making mistakes or looking bad in order to get better. Honestly, rate yourself from 1 to 10, 10 being the highest.
10%.
10 on 10?
10.
Professors, 10 on 10. Hi, please. Regular, you should observe. 10 on 10, okay.
7 or 10.
7 on 10? 8? 5 on 10? 50%, okay. Up. गलती करने में डरते हैं आप? हाँ, डरते हैं? Okay. Yes. 7. 10. 2 10s we have. Okay, good. Clap hands for yourself. Okay, so that's really good. Working hard is important. Okay, being diligent is important. Are you all working hard in your studies? Only 2 10s answered yes, ma'am. Okay, so assuming that you don't work hard, let's assume you work hard and you don't work hard. But working hard really gives you good fruits. You should be diligent in whatever you are doing. Easy, Gen Z को चाहिए रहता है, लेकिन hard work करने time पीछे हटते हैं. But you guys are good at technology, right? Phone padla, yeah. Okay? You need to work really hard. You don't mind making mistakes. I told you this before. You should not mind making mistakes. Okay? Mistakes will make you perfect. Okay? All right. Next, sir. Okay. Fixed mindset versus growth mindset. Okay. Now tell me, what do you observe here? Sagra Sangha. Take. You can pass around. Each one of you should tell me something about the picture itself. One point, okay? So everyone will get it. Don't read, just observe and tell.
Ma'am, I think it's one is negative side and the one is positive one.
Pass. Negative, positive, she said, okay?
Like what I can see is difference between colors. This is colorful side and this is plain.
Okay, colorful and plain, fine.
The colorful side has to be creative, and that is dull.
This side says that you are limited and this side says that you are limitless.
Okay, limitless and limitless. कुछ भी बोलो, मराठी बोला, हिंदी बोला, दूसरी मराठी
बोलना हिंदी में बोल.
One is plain and second is colorful.
Okay, very good. That's very basic. You can also share, please.
If you take your mind in single things, then your life is stay in particular step. And if you grow your mind in different side, then it will be colorful and beautiful from all side.
आपने बोला नहीं कुछ. Any language. हिंदी में बोलो.
One is colorful and one is
Colorful and blank. Right, that's very basic, okay? No problem. Let's go here. You guys answered, right?
Ma'am, in fixed mindset, there is a easily give up for every new things, and growth mindset there is easily but hardly give up.
Okay. So, whatever you guys said, I'm not going to say anything, but everything is fine. I told you to just observe the picture. So, picture says it's colorful, multicolored, other one is... But nobody said the size, the shape of the picture. क्या है? Brain. हमारा ही brain है वो. Part of brain, right? So, part of brain. Correct? So, मतलब क्या है? How do you perceive it? दो kind of brain ऐसा perceive करेंगे. Let's not go into science department. हमारे literature के हिसाब से करेंगे. Symbolic, right? Okay. So, colorful, most of you said. One is plain. So, it's very obvious. Very obvious. When you see and look at the picture, the colorful part is obviously it's a growth mindset. So when you have this type of mindset, what happens? Life में 4 चांद आ सकते हैं. 4 से 40 चांद भी आ सकते हैं. है ना? Meaning to say, you need to be on this side. So view challenges as opportunities. जब challenges आते हैं, challenges everybody knows, right? The challenges that you get, don't be hopeless in that situation. No, you think that this challenge is an opportunity for me. Okay? Because see, our time is gone. We were in different generations. Our generation was X. My generation is X. Okay? So I'm not from millennials. Maybe your professors are millennials. Correct? Yes. So we are, उनके पहले का generation है हम. तो थोड़ा सोबर भी थे. Right? So मतलब हमारे लिए challenges है, opportunities है. आप मत सोचो कि ये challenge है, हटाओ जेंजी को ये पसंद नहीं, हम नहीं करेंगे. We cannot do this because it's quite difficult. I can't do this. नहीं, don't give that mindset. Okay? Don't keep that mindset because you need to think out of the box. All challenges, take it as an opportunity. ये opportunity है मेरे लिए. This is the opportunity for me to do something. This is the right time I can do. Okay? Then, acknowledge and embrace your weaknesses. We all have weaknesses. I clearly told my weaknesses to you. Reason one, because next time मालूम नहीं आप देखोगे कि नहीं. That is one thing. Okay? But we all have weaknesses, correct? है कोई perfect? Is anyone? But do you acknowledge your flaws? Do you? Do you say sorry immediately? How many of you take time to say sorry? गलती हो गई, माफी मांगनी है. Who apologizes first among you? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Who takes time in apologizing? Sorry बोलने में कौन time लगाता है? आप में से. गर्लफ्रेंड को सॉरी जल्दी कौन बोलता है? नहीं है? I take my sentence back. मम्मी पापा को सॉरी बोलने में देरी कौन लगाता है? मम्मी पापा भाई बहन. छोड़ो गर्लफ्रेंड्स को. You don't need to say. Okay. बोलना चाहिए. Okay. So, acknowledge and embrace your weaknesses. क्योंकि sorry बोलने में हम लोग करते क्या है? We acknowledge that I am at fault. Sorry, I came late. I said, I'm really sorry, Ashu, I am late. I, underestimated the traffic from my house coming here. I thought I will reach, but I didn't know that the roads were blocked. I was supposed to reach here, but I am late. I'm sorry. It's very nice. Sorry bol do, baat khatam. Same time what is happening, you're acknowledging your mistake. You're not being arrogant. Okay? And you're also moving forward with your mindset. Okay? Then, next. Learn to give and receive constructive criticism. Learn and receive. Teachers, do they point out your mistakes? Your professors must be telling you sometime that you made a mistake in this. Do you acknowledge it that, yes, I made? और आप बोलते हो क्या है इनको समझ में ही नहीं आता. अभी तो कुछ बोल नहीं सकते. They all are watching you. They all are watching you, cannot say. But as a student, we were students, so I know. We do say that थोड़ा 1-2 मार्क ज़्यादा देते तो क्या जाता ना, है ना? But वो 1-2 मार्क के लिए, do we realize? I also said that. Ask Ashita. I said right there. I said today only. I said, but because I'm also a student of our professors, right? We tend to say that, but at the same time, we don't acknowledge our mistakes. Also, oh yeah, I made a mistake. My paragraph construction was not correct, right? Maybe there are spelling errors, grammatical errors. What they want, we can't give them. So at that time, we should acknowledge and take criticism constructively. Taking criticism constructively is very important. Okay, that helps us grow. Then, intelligence and talent is dynamic and ever improving. That's what we learned in those beginning paragraphs, right? That we can improve our intelligence. Not that just we are given birth and we will rely on our ancestors' intelligence कि नहीं हमारे family में है ही नहीं कोई पढ़ा ही नहीं है तो हम क्यों पढ़े? So वो क्या होता है? Fixed mindset होता है. वो picture में दिखाते हैं ना. Just to make it humorous they show, right? कोई पढ़ा नहीं हमारे दादाजी 7th fail है तुम 8th fail हो गए. So in the movies they show, right? So but no, we don't need to have that kind of mindset. But intelligence and talent. Do you have talent shows here? in college? English department, do they have? English day? Do you do your talent shows? What are your talents, the acquired talents? Do you have anyone who plays drum, sing? Those are acquired talents. Yes. Wow, poet and actor. तो कुछ सुना दो, आ जाओ, come. Short and sweet, huh?
ढूंढना पड़ेगा.
You have composed it?
हाँ.
Sure. No copyrights?
नहीं.
No. Don't be scared, I'm just asking.
नहीं, वो बात नहीं है. आप कहो तो 2 मिनट में और एक बना सकता हूँ.
हाँ, तो 2 मिनट में बनाना है आपको?
हाँ, ठीक है.
ठीक है. लेकिन मेरी भी बात सुनो. Okay? Okay, okay. Fine. Gen Z multitasking? Maybe you're rare. Maybe I never came across. Okay, but good. I'm glad. Okay? Prioritize learning over seeking approval. Prioritize. Priority आप किस में डालते हो? Importance किस में डालते हो आप? Learning over seeking approval. Seeking approval is what? लोग कैसे देखेंगे वो मत सोचो. आप क्या करो? आप अपनी priority set करो. Priority set for learning. That is, don't seek going for approval for that. Focus on the process instead of end result. Focus on the process. Examination process you have. Most of the students, right? You study hard. At the end, don't think of what the result is going to be before studying hard. If you don't study hard, of course your results are not going to be good. But you need to trust the process. Trust the process of your learning, what you're learning. Trust in that. Don't think of what is lying at that end. No. Trust here. When you trust your process, of course, the future will be bright for you. So trust in the process. Oh, I don't know, there is a saying in Hindi, na? I am not so. Sabar ka phal meetha hota hai, wo bhi hota hai. But there is a nice saying. If I recall, I can just tell you guys, okay? Be inspired by the success of others. Okay? If your friends are successful, you get inspiration from them. Get motivation from them. Get motivation from your siblings, from your teachers, from your parents, from your cousins. Okay? And get inspired. I'll tell you something. Don't wait for someone to motivate you. You should motivate yourself. Okay? Nobody is going to be there to motivate you. Ki nahi aap padho. But your teachers will be there at times. But they are here for. You should motivate yourself to study. You should motivate yourself to submit your assignments on time. Okay? Think of learning as brain training. Think of learning as brain training. When you learn what happens, process, let's not go scientifically. You learn many things, right? Agar koi nayi cheez hai, aapko karni hai, so what happens? Nowadays, Gen Z, you tell me. You want to cook something, what do? And you don't know the recipe. Exactly. Open YouTube and see the recipe. So think of learning as brain training. You're training your brain. How? Now I need to learn something. Step 1, step 2, step 3. So what is your brain doing? It's also grasping everything that you are giving, feeding your brain. चलो ये रेसिपी है, मुझे आती नहीं है, छोड़ो भूखे रहते, मैगी बना लेते. वो क्या हो गया? नहीं. They are not training your brain anything. वो brain एक इसमें ही है. So think of learning as you're training your brain every time. I told you in the beginning, learning is a never-ending process, and you learn until you die. Okay? All right. Understanding failure as an opportunity to grow. Failure is a stepping stone for what? Success. Right? जब तक आप fail नहीं होते, तब तक आपको success पता ही नहीं चलता क्या है. Right? You have to fail for you to succeed. So, always understanding failure as an opportunity to grow. Don't be scared of failure. Okay? I might fail. I might not be able to do it. I cannot do it. No, what will happen if I don't do it? No, you have to try everything. You have to be confident in what you're doing. Okay? Do not be afraid of failing. गिरने के लिए ये मत कोई ऐसा नहीं है कि ऊपर से कूद जाओ, वो बात नहीं करनी है, लेकिन लाइफ में कुछ भी करोगे आप तो डरो मत, कॉन्फिडेंटली करो. टीचर्स आपके साथ है, अभी आप 2-3 साल में ग्रेजुएट हो जाएंगे, मे बी यू वांट टू गो एंड वर्क, तो काम भी करोगे, ग्रोथ माइंडसेट से करो. आपके कोलीग ने कहा ही इज मल्टीटास्किंग पीपल दे नीड अ लॉट. क्यों? ज़्यादा काम करेंगे, एम्प्लॉयमेंट कम होगा. 3 बंदे का काम 1 बंदा कर रहा है. Companies, corporate companies, they love that kind of mindsets, growth mindsets. Nobody wants to work with people who have fixed mindset. Okay? Persist in the face of setbacks. What do you mean by setbacks? Sorry? Okay? Pull you back from, so persist in the face of the setbacks. ये इस टाइप का माइंडसेट हमको होना चाहिए, as opposite to our plain white brain that doesn't want challenge. Can someone read out? Avoid challenges. Yes, fixed mindset.
Avoid challenges, shy away from things you don't know, unable to handle criticism or feedback. Intelligence and talent is static and does not develop post-birth. Do not carry out any actions without seeing approval. Focused on proving yourself. Threatened by the success of others. Effort is not regarded fruitful. Understanding failure as the limit of ability, gives up easily.
So this type of mindset is fixed mindset. So now as a student or as adults, we should decide what kind of mindset we should have. Okay? जो avoid challenges नहीं करना है, कुछ नहीं करना है, जल्दी हार मान लेते हैं, थोड़ा सा करेंगे, 2 मिनट तक, कुछ मिलेगा नहीं, छोड़ दिया. If you love baking, I don't know how many of you like to bake cakes or anything you do at home, या पराठा बनाना है, so चपाती एक टाइम में आ जाती है क्या? नहीं, हार्ड होती है. कितने मैप्स बनते हैं उसमें, है ना? हाँ, फिर इंडिया का, फिर किसका भी बन सकता है, श्रीलंका भी बन सकता है, कॉन्टिनेंट बनते हैं, अफ्रीकन को ना. रोटी बनाना सबसे डिफ़िकल्ट काम है इन कुकिंग. तो अगर हम एक ही बार में छोड़ दे रोटी बनाना तो कंसंट्रेशन से आता है, प्रैक्टिस करना पड़ता है. लेकिन हम पहली बार ही बोल दे ए बन गया, किसका मैप बन गया, छोड़ दो, नहीं करनी हमें, तो हमारा फिर माइंड भी ग्रो नहीं करेगा, हम भी लर्न नहीं करेंगे, कुछ होगा ही नहीं. फिर तो चावल ही खाते बैठो, फिर सुबह शाम रात को. हाँ, तो नहीं. You need to have that kind of mindset that you learn every now and then. Or don't be threatened by others' success. Do not be threatened. Because you yourself are also successful. आप यहाँ तक पहुँचे हो, meaning to say you are successful. Just few steps ahead, you will be more successful. After that also you will do your masters. और सक्सेस होगी. तो आपका फ्रेंड भी आपके साथ साथ चलेंगे, दे विल ऑल्सो बी सक्सेसफुल. बी हैप्पी फॉर देम. डोंट बी थ्रेटन, डोंट बी जेलस. ओके? बिकॉज यू योरसेल्फ आर सक्सेसफुल. देन effort is not regarded fruitful. No. You are only focusing on the results. You're not focusing on the process, I said. You should focus on the process, not the result. Results will come. But focus on the process, because during that process, there are enormous things that you are going to learn within that process. एक process में आप सब सीखते हो. अगर आप student हो, student से आप CEO बनते हो, तो that is a process. But आप CEO बनना है, वो focus मत करो. You're going to lose so many things in between. You keep going, automatically you will be something in life. But then that process from as a student, school student, college student, being a man or being a woman, you have earned a lot. You have gained a lot of experience. That is the process I'm saying. ठीक है ना? End result, but fixed mindset, end results only. Understanding failure as the limit of ability. Failure हो गया? नहीं, हम कर ही नहीं सकते. That's not my ability. I cannot do it only. That is a fixed mindset. हम कुछ कर ही नहीं सकते. Then, gives up easily. Done. Finally, we are done. We cannot move ahead. Okay? Sir, next. It's the same here. Fixed mindset and growth mindset. Whatever I have talked is the same thing that is being said. Sir, next one. I think there's a video. Do we still have time to play the videos of 2-3 minutes, or should I move on? Then I can leave this with you guys. You can show it to them. Yeah, sure. No, this is like I took some videos from online. So maybe I can leave the PowerPoint with you. Some days, maybe your teachers, if they have time from their syllabuses, then they can show it to you. Sir, next then. So we don't, because I don't want them to be bored. A growth mindset drives motivation and achievement. Can someone explain to me this flow chart? Anyone? You have heard a lot from me about growth mindset. So anyone can come forward here and try to explain me. It's very self-explanatory flow chart. So anyone who's aspiring to become a teacher in future? Anyone who wants to be a teacher in the future? Or a presenter or someone? So can just explain me what is it? In your own language. Any language that you feel comfortable. वही तो मैं पूछ रही हूँ, आपको बताना है कहाँ से शुरू हुआ है. आप देखो 2 minutes, you can see for 2 minutes the flow chart, and then you know where it stops and where it starts.
सबसे पहले गोल फिक्स करने से पहले हमें स्मार्टर बनना चाहिए. अगर हम स्मार्ट नहीं होते तो हमें गोल को भी समझ नहीं सकते हम गोल को. अगर हमारा गोल हो यूपीएससी, तो यूपीएससी के लिए हमें यूपीएससी क्या है, किसके लिए कार्य करता है और उसमें कौन से पोस्ट रहते हैं, उसकी जानकारी होनी ज़रूरी है. और अगर वो जानकारी हमें समझ आई तभी हम उसके लिए पढ़ाई हो या इंटरव्यू हो, उसकी तैयारी और एफर्ट्स और स्ट्रांगनेस से हम उसके एफर्ट भी ज़्यादातर ले सकते हैं उस पर, और सिलेक्शन होने के लिए हम वो जो कट ऑफ रहता है उसमें हमारा नाम दर्ज कर सकते हैं. और उसके लिए टाइम स्पेंड करना और हार्ड वर्किंग भी ज़्यादातर होनी चाहिए. और हार्ड वर्किंग अगर हमारे दिल में बस गई हो तभी हम यूपीएससी को क्रैक कर सकते हैं, उदाहरण के तौर पर. और हमें टाइम टेबल किस चीज़ के लिए करना चाहिए ये भी समझना आना चाहिए. और टाइम का मैनेजमेंट हमें होना चाहिए. अगर टाइम मैनेजमेंट नहीं हो तो हम किसी को भी गोल या हार्ड वर्किंग का कोई उपयोग नहीं हो सकता है.
सो एंड कहाँ पर हुआ हमारा? हायर अचीवमेंट. इनको यूपीएससी करना, आई थिंक सो ही विल बिकम अ यूपीएससी. You will crack UPSC and you will become an IS officer. So hopefully by then when I come back to India, the roads of Nagar will be better. है ना? तो यूपीएससी करके IS बनना है, कलेक्टर बनना है, तो रोड तो सही करो ना. Okay? Fine. So higher achievement इनका है that he will be an IAS officer. Don't go for police. Road सुधारो. Okay? Do that. So the flow chart is easier for you to understand. I can get smarter. Learning is my goal. Okay? Then efforts make me stronger. Efforts डालो आप, end result का ये मत करो. I'd spend more time and I'll work harder. This is your mindset. हमेशा ये याद रखो as a student. तो होगा क्या? Higher achievement होगी. It's very natural. Okay? Sir, next. This is also, there is a video how to help every child fulfill their potential. Maybe, sir, next. This is also a story of a twin brother, the one who had fixed mindset and one who had growth mindset. So it's a story of their success. Okay, now guide questions. After listening to me for 45 minutes, I believe, or maybe 1 hour, do I have a fixed mindset or a growth mindset? Now, each one of you should introspect and reflect for maybe few seconds and think what kind of mindset you have. And whatever is your answer, why do I have that kind of a mindset? Okay? What do I need to do if you have a different mindset? Then खुद से ही सवाल पूछो, क्या करना चाहिए that I can be better? Are you open to tell what kind of mindset you have? He's having growth mindset, okay? Yes, my dear, you?
I have growth mindset in many things, but I would say I have fixed mindset when I was in 11th and 12th. I used to say my teachers that I will, you have not given me proper marks or something. That was my fixed mindset. Why? Because of my friends. How can I change them? I cannot change my friends, but yes, somehow I managed. And I would say, why do I have a growth mindset? I have a growth mindset because I grasp things from wherever I go or what environment I live in.
Very good. Yes, anyone who would like to share? Okay.
I have a growth mindset because I'm fond of learning new languages. Like I know more than 5 languages because I travel many places, so I have to learn that language to communicate with people. Like I like communication. Like I would talk to anyone sitting beside me. So, but this is not the thing that I have growth mindset from before, like earlier. I have like changed my mind in 10th because I was transferred from Assam to MP and there was a proper Hindi education with English, and still I don't know how to speak in English. Sorry, Hindi in proper. Like I have very poor pronunciation in Hindi. So every time I sit with the people, they used to talk in Hindi and I was like, what are you talking? Please, can you explain it in English? And that time I set my mind that I have to learn this language, I have to learn this language and that language so I can communicate with people. So,
so you're also hinting as toward your growth mindset, correct? Anyone with fixed mindset? Don't feel shy to tell that you have 50-50. Okay, so what we want you to do is to have a fixed mindset. Reflect on that. Sir, next please. Okay. Guide questions means recall a time that you had failure, experienced failure. How did you feel failing? What did you learn from it? By this time, I think so everybody must have tasted some kind of failure. Failure by not learning how to ride a bike, or not learning how to do certain things, right? Everyone, all of us, we tasted failure. But what is more important is, what do we learn from our failure? That is the most important part, okay? Sir? This is also a video, maybe you can watch it later, okay? Now, it's a trap to be fueled by praise or defeated by criticism. Neither defines you. We are constantly becoming, changing, growing, so nobody's opinion can embody who you are. Don't commit to approval, commit to growth, the growth that takes place when no one is watching you. The growth that outlives the opinions of people. There's a stark contrast between making a real self-improvement and wanting to be noticed, by Brittany Moses. Okay, let's go on to, do you have any questions for me? I had many failures, okay? Do not think that we don't have failures. I had failures in my life. In school, I failed in math. I failed math subject. Eighth standard. When it came to algebraic expressions, confusion in the algebraic expressions. I told you, all big people, everyone had failure. No, we don't consider ourselves as big or someone who has done something in life. We're just normal people who are trying our best to, how do you say, make better future with the generations. Because teachers, professors, us teachers, when they're kids, we try our best to mold them. What do I tell my students in Africa? Because African countries are like third world countries, right? You don't call them as a first world country. So, but since I'm staying there for like quite a long period of time, almost like 16 or 17 years I'm working there, okay? So I consider that maybe that is my mission. That is my mission. God has put me there. Why not here? I was working here in India as well, in Ahmednagar. I started my career in Ikra school, PA in Amdar. I started with them. I worked for 2 years. Then I got the opportunity. Now that time also it was difficult to accept the challenge. Should I go? Should I not go? 3 years I have to stay there. Food is a problem. Indians, wherever we go, हमको पराठा चाहिए, दाल चाहिए, चावल चाहिए, ये चाहिए, वो चाहिए, सब कुछ चाहिए रहता है, isn't it? And then going to Africa, am I going to get everything there? So that's a big challenge in front of me. But the thing is, okay, maybe I will grow more there, right? Might be I might not get opportunities here. Salary is a very big thing. Paisa. Don't say that paisa kuch nahi hota hai. When you have girlfriend, boyfriend, don't say that. Be practical. No, but nobody has girlfriend, boyfriend, so let's not talk about them. It's not okay to talk. Yes, please, let them have it. You must be hungry, right? So failure, yes dear, I had failure. I had failure as a child, as a school student. I didn't fail in college, you can say, numbers wise, but in life you can say, yes, I tasted failure. There are times that I failed, but the best part is you learn from everything. You can ask us. Okay. Growth mindset in sports and I don't know, I will try my best to answer him. Sports and academics, they are two different areas you can say. Now in academics, you really need to study which students might not feel it as fascinating as playing on the ground. Academics is like these four walls. We are here, we are learning here, okay? Take it to a student who is right now playing with us outside. Which is the best one? Studying here or playing outside? Playing outside, right? Yes. If you take the ratio, 1 out of 10 students, they will say it's better to play outside because it's refreshing outside. The area is fine. You sweat a lot. You play a lot. They feel energetic. Your adrenaline is to the highest level when you're outside. Here what happens, you're listening to me. This is academics. We have to listen 45, 50 minutes a lecture. In that lecture, you might feel lethargic. Okay? You might feel lethargic, you might feel lazy. And that's why people might think that nothing. This is just we need to come to college to study, go, do assignments and go. Outside, he's learning a lot from the environment, from the field. So tend to be, as far as I see, might be students who are playing sports, they might have like this progressive. League khelna hai, we have to pay the school league, then the college league, the district level, this level, that level, I need to move forward. Where are you here in academics? I'm not criticizing academics, but mindset of the students might affect when we are in the two different areas. Do you get my point? I don't know if I have answered him. Any other question coming from your side?
Did you had fixed mindset?
Yes, I did.
And how did you manage to?
I had fixed mindset, big time fixed mindset. Math cannot enter me. Yeah, that's the biggest mindset I had. But other things, so I think so I overcame that with determination. Okay? My parents also, they knew that I was weak in math, so they also tried to help me when we had board. That time we had board exams, 10th and 12th. I don't know, now the system has changed. So 10th and 12th board exam. In 10th standard, the only subject that scared me a lot was mathematics. In math also, the algebra was the scary part. So my parents also helped me, and they told me in this thing that you can do it. Ruhi, you can do it. Okay? Tu abhyas kar, tujhe laksha dil beta, tu hushar hai. They used to say. But for me, I am not hushar. Mala buddhich nahi hai. I cannot do it. This is my mindset. Karan ka mi fail zale hote math madhe. So when a child fails and there's no proper guidance, what happens? You feel that frustration hai na, apan karu shakat nahi. Okay nahi? But that used to be there. But my friends like Ashita, my other friend was Rajeshri, they used to teach me also mathematics, tuition madhe. So slowly I started seeing that, no, I can change myself. Me abhyas karu shakte. But me ek gosh keli, tya fixed mindset mule. I did that. I eliminated mathematics in grade 11. Because of that fixed mindset, I did not accept the challenge. But then I said, since I'm not accepting the challenge with math, let me accept the challenge in other subjects. I didn't stop studying. Probably if I had that fixed mindset and I would keep saying that I am dumb, I cannot do this, I cannot do that, then shala sodli asti magena. I didn't do that. But I said, okay, math might not be a cup of tea for me, but there might be something else has kept for me that I can strive harder for that. And from then onwards, then I started moving ahead. Yes. I hope I answered. No problem. I fine. You can eat. Asa घाबरू नका जेवा ते पटपट गरम असतं ते. काय? No, it's okay. I'm perfectly okay. असू दे ना. Any more questions? हाँ, hello, केशव, poem सुन के जाओ, please. 2 minutes. इनका poem सुनो. He made right now.
वैसे तो ये पोएम नहीं है, ये शायरी है, हिंदी में है। ये आपने जो लेक्चर दिया उस पर ही है। अब सोच रहा था अकेला बैठकर क्यों लगा रहा बंधन मुझ पर। चल बंदे जो है नया स्वीकार कर, आसमां है खुला, परिंदे तू उड़ चल।
वेरी गुड। आप पोएट बन सकते हैं एकदम, ऐसा पोएट बनो और फिर आपकी पोएम बच्चे पढ़ाई करें। अरे बाप रे, साइकोलॉजिस्ट बनना है। गुड गुड। आपको जाना है? आप खाओगे नहीं? ओके। एनी मोर क्वेश्चंस? प्लेन। Sorry. Sorry. Yes.
How did you move from India to Africa, and what was your journey? Like, there is too much difference in Africa, like famine and all that stuff, and the students there.
Moving from India to Africa, nothing was planned. कुछ plan नहीं था, लेकिन I got an opportunity. Someone told my mother that there is a school in Africa, in Mozambique especially. It's in Southeast Africa. So they need teachers. So do you want your daughter to apply there? Of course, I'm happy here. Who is not happy in Nagar? Nagar is my birthplace. I was born here in Booth Hospital, so born and brought up here. So Nagar, everyone loves here, Nagar, right? So for me, I was not so interested, but my mother pushed me. And on the other side, I also thought that maybe I can take the chance of going. But I said earlier, there were fears in me. Kaise hoga, kahan hoga? It's a totally different continent. We have not heard much about Africa, only except in the textbooks we learned about Africa. So I took the challenge of going there as a teacher who will teach English and history to the students. And the students there, if you ask me the next question, of course I had to go to an interview in Pune. So I did my 2 rounds of interview and then I was selected. They said you can join us in 2007. So I moved from here in Jan 2007. You were born that time, right? Yeah, so I joined in 2007 in Africa. And if you ask me about the students there, of course there's a lot of difference between the students in India and students abroad. First time here, I used to beat the kids. Sorry to say. I'm sorry, okay? That time, long time ago, but now the children have so many rights that you're not supposed to touch the kids. But the things that I followed 17 or 18 years ago in Africa, I can see that nowadays they're following in India, where you have to discipline a child without being abusive to them. Then later on, I also developed that mindset that what I was doing back then was not so appropriate with the kids, or smacking them, or, even I as a student, I got so many smackings from our teachers. On the back, on the legs, sister used to sometimes do that. So then I realized that no, that's not the real way. The real way of disciplining is sit with the child, talk to the students, or talk to the kids, make them understand their mistakes, let them learn from their mistakes, and try to see or monitor if the child repeatedly doing the same mistakes again and again. So there I learned that part, that without hitting, beating, or using abusive words or anything, like normally people say, stupid, you don't understand this, you're so dumb, you don't understand math, I'll throw you out of the window. That was very prominent for me, like that. So those things, no, we cannot do. So difference is there, how you train the kids and how you treat the children. Curriculum-wise, of course, they follow the UK curriculum, so it is also quite difficult. But any one of you who's aspiring to work abroad, you have to have a different mindset. You need to know that you have to work harder. You need to know you need to work a lot. You need to know how to keep your work-life balance. Working balance as well as your personal life, you need to strike a balance. But the journey was quite interesting, I can say. I learned a lot. Anything else you want to ask? How did you overcome your fears? Which one you? So many fears. So many fears. Yes, which one? Top 3 fears. I had fear of speaking in front of people, like kind of maybe phobia, you can say. But I was put in a situation where I was not given any choice. So I believe when choices are given, we don't overcome anything. I feel, it's my belief. So I was given a choice, and that time my directress told me, Pradnya, you need to give vote of thanks. Me mantla, are baap re. I just asked her, which program? Annual program. And we're expecting like maybe 1,000, 2,000 crowds, so we give a vote of thanks. My stomach was grumpy. I've never done that. Ashita knows I'm not a very, not an extrovert. I had friends, but not like a public speaker. I never did that. So I think I was preparing for 1 month. Vote of thanks, which was only few sentences. For 1 month, I was preparing that vote of thanks. So when I was put there, then I said to myself, "Kai, फक्त जाऊन बोलायचं ताय तिथे ना. You just have to go and talk there. Just have to focus on someone that it's not scary, and let's talk." And then good part, Ashu, there was no lights. Audience मध्ये lights नाही, माझ्यावरच light होता फक्त. कारण annual program, so they had put so many disco lights around. So then the lights were changing constantly. So I could hardly see the public. I just stood there and I started. But of course, I did not get any paper with me. I just said, let me do it spontaneously. That's where I'm good at. If you memorize something, you tend to forget and you'll forget everything. That's how I overcome that public speaking. Top one fear. The? Ah. I know, that is... I used to like doing that. Pula Deshpande or this one, mimicry. Like in our time, we used to have that. So, but when I went there, I didn't find any crowd that I could enhance it. Because the language that we spoke there, some other colleagues were there. वो हिंदी मीडियम के थे, दूसरे स्टेट से आए थे, जैसे नॉर्थ से आए थे. There are like Indian colleagues, kuch Goan the, so they're still there with me. And mostly the crowd is African colleagues that we have. So they speak Portuguese, Zimbabwean, South African languages. Common is English. So mag Marathi la itka mala scope nahi ala. How did you overcome the language barriers? Language barriers, that's an interesting thing. To learn a language, you don't need to, nobody should teach you language. That's how I learned. No, but if you need to pass exam, someone should teach you language. Okay, that's different, huh? But to learn a language, I started with bilingual method. That's very good. So for example, when I went there, they taught us basic thing like thank you. You should say thank you in Portuguese. That is obrigada. They taught us English. Thank you, obrigada. Please, por favor. Asa त्यांनी ते लिहून ठेवलं सगळं. Then we used to आता हे मेमोराईज करावं लागणार म्हटलं आपल्याला, है ना. मग शिकायचं कसं ना. So the workers were there. So for them, I used to ask them, what to call? Then they will say, agua. Okay, agua. To bring what to say, then they will say, trazer. Okay. Then I used to think in my mind, if I will say, trazer agua, that means bring water. The second day, then I went there to the school, and you make some colleagues there, right? They call. So I told her, por favor, trazer agua. Then they were like so happy that I learned 3 words. But the 3 words, but the sentence, bring water. For me, visarle me. I forgot for me. So I just said, bring water. So slowly, steadily, while interacting with people, I started to learn language. That is Portuguese. Portuguese is their official language that they use. You cannot say like so fluent, but at least I don't get stuck anywhere. And if any parents or they want to communicate with me in Portuguese, I am fluent enough to explain them the students' progress and other things, yeah. So that's how I overcame my language. Any other question? Kai questions? Any? Kuch padna hai, puchna hai? My experience with IELTS. IELTS exam, there are 2 categories in IELTS. One is general and one is academics. So general is quite easier if you are taking your language seriously. So it has like a speaking component, listening, reading and writing. 3 components basically for English. And you need to get at least a B2 score for IELTS. So for that, in all these 3 components, each component requires different skills for you. Reading and writing, you need to be superb. You can say if you are aiming for like 8 to 9 score, you need to have a good comprehension level and language abilities. Writing also, you should be good at writing. That means to say you shouldn't be making any grammatical minor errors in writing. So if you have to write compositions, and time span is very important. For writing, they give you like 1 hour, and then you have to write 2 compositions in that 1 hour. Reading is also 1 hour, and they give you 6 comprehension passages, 3 to 4 comprehension passages. In academics, it's mostly scientific passages. So that you have to do it within 1 hour's time. So your reading should be, you should read. If any one of you is aiming to go abroad for studying abroad, for study or for students, surely they require IELTS. If you're going to Australia, New Zealand, Canada, these countries, they require IELTS. At least minimum 5 to 6 as the students. And students, they give academic IELTS. Academic IELTS is more difficult than the general IELTS. General IELTS is for people who are going for work purpose. But for students, academic is difficult. So if you're not into reading and practicing writing, then it's going to be difficult, to be honest. And listening, I don't know if you have this listening audios where you have to listen to the audios and then you have to answer the questions. And the audios are only played once, not twice. So they play the audio once, and then there's a question paper in front of you. You need to keep answering while listening to the audio. So you should be good at listening as well. These 3. Anything else you want to ask before we wind up? I hope you enjoyed today's session. I just hope that you are not bored. Even if you are, please don't say it. Okay? It's okay? Okay, once again, thank you so much, all of you, for your warm welcome and giving me this opportunity to be among this young Generation Z. I wish you all the best, okay, for your exam, for your studies, for your life, whatever you will do in life. Have confidence within yourself, okay? Please keep having your growth mindset. You can do it. There's nothing that you cannot do it, okay? For you guys also, all the best for your masters, okay? Take good care of yourself. Be physically fit, healthy in all the sense, physically, emotionally, mentally, okay? Okay, God bless you all. Yeah.
Okay, as we conclude today's interaction with Ms. Pradnya Jadhav, I'd like to take a moment to thank everyone. First and foremost, our college management and principal, Dr. Noel Parge, for always supporting us in such activities. And Ms. Pradnya Jadhav for such a great interaction. I'm sure the students have benefited from this interaction. The faculty and head of our department of English, for the smooth functioning of this event, and our online and offline participants for great engagement with this interaction. Once again, thank you everyone for making this event possible. Thank you.